welcome guys. I am Vivan Gopani and this is my YouTube channel. तो चलिए शुरू करते एक एक मिनट ये तो नहीं था. So hello guys, if you are not following yet, in the previous video I gave a little introduction about Hiranadani Gardens and Pavai as a township. In this video we are going to focus more on the architectural style of Hiranadani Gardens, how it was made, what is the architectural style, why did they choose this style, and also guys, I have a special interview lined up later in the video to get an expert's view on the following. So keep watching. I know your time is very important, so I have divided this video into chapters. The chapters should be on your screen, and if you want to see any particular part of the video, just skip to the show notes. Chapter 1, Introduction. Hiranadani Gardens. This development is known for its luxurious and elegant architecture. And today in this video, we will be taking a closer look at the different styles and elements that makes this township stand out and unique against the other communities and townships all across India. Hiranadani Gardens is designed with a mix of contemporary and Mediterranean architecture. This means that the buildings feature a blend of traditional and modern elements, creating a unique and visually striking aesthetic. One of the most notable elements of the architecture at Hiranadani Gardens is the use of stucco walls. Stucco walls, to explain in simple terms, is a kind of rough texture or paint that is used on the walls to give it a grainy and earthy look. So when you touch the wall, it is not even, it is not smooth, it is a bit rough and grainy. These walls are made of a mixture of cement, lime and sand and are often used in Mediterranean styled houses or buildings. They give the buildings a warm and earthy tone and add an element of texture and depth to the exterior. Chapter 2. Why is this place so unique? The unique blend of Mediterranean and European architectural styles used in Hiranadani Gardens Pavai sets it apart from other communities and townships all across India. This blend of styles gives the complex a distinct and sophisticated look, unlike anything else in the city. The buildings in the complex feature large windows, high ceilings, and spacious balconies, which are the characteristics of many Mediterranean architectural buildings. At the same time, the intricate details such as arched doorways, ornate moldings, and grand entryways are reminiscent of European architecture. Additionally, the focus on maximizing natural light and ventilation in the buildings is a unique aspect of the complex's architecture. The use of skylights, large windows, and well designed ventilation systems ensures that citizens enjoy a comfortable and high society living environment with ample natural light and fresh air. The blend of these two architectural styles, along with the focus on creating a comfortable living environment, makes Hiranadani Gardens Pavai a truly unique and special place to live in. Hello, I'm Vivan Gopani.
I am Vishant Janavde from H Energy, a Hiranandani Group company.
It is a big honor to have you here for our interview for my video.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions based on Hiranadani and hope you can answer and clear my questions and people's questions.
Absolutely.
So first question is, could you describe the architectural style used in Hiranadani Gardens?
You see, Hiranandani projects or Hiranandani gardens, as you stated, are inspired by the neoclassical and Gothic architecture. It is also known in the market as Rome of India. Yeah.
Acha, nice. So how does the architecture in Hiranadani Gardens differ from other residential complexes in Mumbai?
See, the architecture in Hiranandani represents harmony, simplicity, proportion, and symmetry. The designs are planned for stability, aesthetics, quality construction, and sustainability, and they are also supposed to be earthquake resistant.
Hmm.
They also sort of give you a bit of value for money, and it enhances your status in the market.
Yeah, that is pretty evident.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
So, what inspired the blend of Mediterranean and European architecture in this complex?
Right, right. It goes a little bit, it is more historical because the blend of Mediterranean and European came through a lot of iteration. What happened is there were a lot of discussion in terms of what kind of architecture to be done, because this was a one of a land bank in Mumbai, which was nobody had ever imagined that something like this is going to come up. In order to sell this property, they need to be a little bit different from what is coming up in Mumbai. So what they did after a lot of iteration between the architect and specifically Mr. Surendra Hiranadani, who is a bit of a technocrat, one day the architect Hafiz struck a thought chord with one of the promoters for doing classical style, which was already present in Mumbai due to the old structures building which were there because of the Britishers. So they wanted to experiment this horizontal structures of the Gothic style in a vertical manner. That is the reason it came into existence, it came into planning, and it came into the story of Hiranandani's.
Wow, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So, how does the architecture in the complex contribute to the luxurious lifestyle, like you said, the residents enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, if you see, it gives them a sense of uniqueness, standing out, and they flaunt it during their conversation and in social gatherings. So that is how the luxurious lifestyle, uh, the people staying in the complex, in very short, in very briefly, I would say they flaunt it, the uniqueness, the simplicity, or the structures, or the planning, or the entire infrastructure which is provided inside the complex. They just flaunt it.
Yeah, that happened many times with me and my friends. So, how has the architecture of the complex evolved over the years to keep with the changing needs of the residents and the government?
See, as I said in my past answers, uh, that the earlier concept was to do Gothic uh, style of construction for the high rise. Now, keeping in sight of the customer demands, market requirements, and government regulations, cost and competition, they had to change their architecture due to this factors. So if you see the earlier construction and the newer construction in the last 2 to 3 years, it has drastically changed.
So, how does the architecture in Hirandani Gardens reflect the history and culture of the city of Mumbai?
See, in fact, the idea of this entire architecture came up or was based on the neoclassical architecture which existed in Mumbai at that point in time. We are talking about 1989, 1990s. There were a lot of similarities between the structure in South Mumbai, such as Fort Churchgate, etc., with the Powai architecture.
Pavai, huh. Next question is, what does the role of the architecture play in creating a sense of community among the residents?
See, the internal architecture team works a lot with the external architect. So, in the earlier days, Hafiz contractor used to be our main contractor, where the entire designing, planning, everything was done by him. And in terms of coordination, it was done by the internal architecture team. However, as the times change, as the requirements change, as the designs change, became more simple, became a single wall construction, the internal architect team took over and started building more towards the requirement from the customers, from the government authorities, and from a cost and effectiveness purpose.
So, If you can you discuss any upcoming plans or projects related to the architecture, or related to the integration of technology and architecture of Hirandani Gardens or the Hirandani group?
So the newer projects per se will lack to a certain extent the aesthetics, maybe to a certain extent the designs, because if you see certain buildings, the older buildings are built from a gothic style. So if you see the dome structures on most of the buildings, there are canopies in most of the buildings. However, now that particular aesthetics, or which added a lot of value also, that has changed, and it is more focused toward making efficient buildings, sustainability, keeping the brand name intact. However, the designs are and the layouts have changed due to market conditions. There are also certain elements, like for example, they have kept intact the paints used for the buildings. It is similar which was used earlier. With respect to amenities also, they have started giving better amenities currently, in order to compensate for the, maybe for the aesthetics, or maybe because of the designing, they have started giving more amenities. So if you see the clusters which are getting developed now are made self-sustained, with gymnasiums, banquet halls, swimming pools, play areas for kids. So it is not that earlier it was only one play area, or a garden, or a gymnasium, or a tennis court, or a squash court, but now there are multiple areas inside the 260 acres of land in Powai.
So that's the end of this interview. Thank you so much for being here and to answer all these questions. And you have been of great help to me. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Ivan, for having me on this chat, and God bless you.
हाँ भाई कैसी लगी
Hello guys, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you learned something new, drop a like. I'll be back again with a new topic and a new video. And please like, share and subscribe.